3, everyone.
And as you can probably tell already, it sounds a bit
I'm
shite.
interstate.
You're not, you're about 4 streets away, but you're
Yeah.
isolating. He's
Yeah.
isolating, guys.
Being
Best
isolated
thing about
is spending
quality time with the kids.
Fuck off. Yep. So we're trying this Zoom stuff again.
Yeah.
Giving it a whirl, eh?
Giving it a whirl and seeing how it goes.
So I sound sexy as always, and Jesse
You
sounds
do.
like sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sitting
Yeah.
on the toilet. But yeah. How good, eh?
Yeah. Well, let's just see how it ends up in the wash. I reckon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I sound like I normally do in the studio, but it feels a bit weirder just doing this in the comfort of my study in my house.
Yeah, maybe we could do this every time it's a hit. Then you don't have to fucking come here. Pretty good.
Oh, I've got my toilet 3 meters away, kitchen full of snacks, buddy, 5 meters away. It's good stuff.
You make it sound like we don't have a toilet here at my house or a snack cupboard. But
Oh
you
no, you
fucking
do.
you raid that every time we come
absolutely. Yeah, please. Oh no, please don't be mistaken. There is a lot of snacks being eaten by myself.
Yeah, all right. Let's hit it.
All right.
Nigel. And as we all know, our weekend starts on a Friday, and this is brought to you by Jim's Car Detailing 131546. Give Nigel a call, and he will come to you.
He will come to you. Or
let's hope anyway.
Yeah, let's hope. Sometimes he does deliver. Or you can go to his new office.
Ooh, Lonsdale. Went there the other day.
Do you know if they've found their cat?
I don't know. What's it called? Donuts.
Yeah, donuts.
Donuts went missing yesterday.
And no one knows where he is.
Nope. No one.
I'm assuming it's a he.
Not a single person.
Not a skerrick.
What's been going on, Big Shoots?
Well, Friday, we went there, didn't we? We went to the Cockerussos.
No, we did not.
Friday, Saturday.
No.
Saturday.
No.
I don't know.
Mate, do you not know what happened on your week?
I've got amnesia. I can't remember.
Friday.
But
yeah, go ahead.
But I know my minger of the week is me for a reason.
Yeah, probably, but we're not up to that yet.
But I was going to try and tie both of them in, but now I can't remember what happened Friday.
So Friday, my good friends from America, Sarah and Scott, came over and landed.
Oh, yes.
Landed in Adelaide. So Megan and we went out for dinner, and they also had their friends as well from North Carolina with them, Lauren and Ed. And we went for a Cooper's Ale House, actually. Took them to the Ale House. They messaged, Sarah messaged me pre-visit to Adelaide and asked, we want to do something that's authentic to Adelaide or something Australian. And I said, what's better than a pub? So we took them to the pub, and Ed, who's from North Carolina, he learned a lot of new words like the word schnitty.
Oh, schnitty.
Schnitty, yeah.
Schnitty.
So, yeah, we were just showing them around little old Adelaide, and I thought, Adelaide's not the best place to visit in Australia, but they have absolutely loved it.
Well,
but
in the
I'm
news,
not too sure what you did Friday night, but
no, I don't know now. I'm stumped.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely stumped. But in saying that, with Adelaide, it just got voted the coolest city in Australia.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
By the Americans themselves. So
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot to do. There is a lot to do in Adelaide. It's very diverse. You've got the good beaches, the wines, the countryside.
Yeah.
A lot of good tourist destinations.
Speaking of wines, Jesse the next morning took Megan and I into the city. He came and picked us up at 8:00, and we drove my car down into the city. And I said, if you drop me in the city, you can use my car. And he took that. He loves driving my car. I don't know why. It's something to do with the comfort or something. I don't know.
Arse warmers.
It's probably the arse warmers.
Arse warmers.
He jumped on that opportunity, but we were lucky enough to be invited on a wine tour with these guys from the US, and this old banger, she picked us up, Marianne, and she was fucking, I don't know, she was like a cross between Irene from Summer Bay from Home and Away, mixed with that fucking Jamaican dude on the bloody night bus and Prisoner of Azkaban on in Harry Potter. She was she was an old banger. But she fucking, we're driving along, we're driving down the freeway, and Lauren, who we were with, she gets a bit car sick, so we didn't go the back way. We went down the freeway. And she's fucking, head out the window. She's like, "Oh, where are you guys from? And how do you guys know Kale and Megan and all this shit?" But the story goes like this. Sarah and Scott, who are from California, right? They came to Australia in 2017. And they were staying at Crown where I worked, and they needed help confirming getting their boarding passes for their flight home. Anyway, so they came up to the concierge desk and I helped them out. And I said, "Oh, whereabouts in America are you from?" And we're from Fullerton, California, which is right next to Anaheim. And I said, "Well, my wife and actually Megan was my girlfriend at the time. I said, well, we're actually coming. We're going to Anaheim in like 3.5 weeks or something like that because we're going to Disneyland." And she goes, "I work for Disney." She's like, here's my details. Let me know which days you're going, and I'll get you in." And I was like, "Well, fucking yeah, righto." And funny enough, 6 years later, we're still all friends. We all still talk. And they've come to visit the land down under again, and yeah, we're here. So that's how it's all panned out, and it's pretty good. So yeah, this old banger picked us up and drove us down to the Barossa and hit up the cheeses and went to a few fancy wineries and some lunch and stuff like that. And yeah, came back and Jesse picked us up. It was pretty good.
So, and what do I hear is your new favorite entree that you're having every night now before dinner?
Scallops.
Yeah, scallops.
Never had a scallop before, and they are fantastic.
Yeah, I can't say I've had a scallop either, to be honest.
It's sort of like a bit of calamari in a shell, basically.
Ooh. Might have to give it a crack.
Bit different to like an oyster or a mussel.
I was going to say I'm not a good fan of oysters. I don't really want to eat my own snot.
Yeah, they do look like a booger.
Yeah,
bit of a booger, don't they?
Yeah, just people that say, "Oh, I like my oysters Kilpatrick," and yeah, but anything's going to taste better with barbecue sauce and bacon on it. Really?
Absolutely.
So well, you're defeating the purpose.
These scallops had cauliflower sauce on the top with bacon as well, so they were pretty good, pretty fancy, pretty fancy.
I've put meat to the test.
Yeah, but I found out. So Jesse dropped us off and picked us up, right? And it's at 22 k's from our house to the city. Got the Pajero back, and it's got a good 250 on the clock. Extra.
Mm.
What did you pick up in my car?
All right. So I didn't realize until halfway through Saturday's adventure that Kale has an air tag located in the center console, but I kept getting notifications and I wasn't really sure what's going on because I don't really understand technology. And I thought something's just happening or an update on my phone. It's telling me to get an air tag. No, it's actually saying it's an air tag in the car. And I clicked on it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, when I went to pick you up, and went, "Holy shit, I've been around town." So I came home with the understanding that I would just drop the Pajero off and then go get in Harold and then just drive around a bit and do some gardening at home. Well, I got home and then I thought, I'll have a look at some Agapanthus online just to see if I can find some, and then I'll just go get Harold. It's much easier. and then found some, and I thought, oh, well, Kale's giving me the car for the day, and I do enjoy a good arse warm. So I drove to Heathfield, Crayford, Stirling, Blackwood, down to Colonnades, back home, and then back to the city. And I picked up, I think it was 72 or 75 Egger Panthers. Yep. So that was my day.
You didn't tell me that you went all the way up there.
Yep.
Fuck.
That was my day.
Yeah,
and it was beautiful.
nice.
Then at the end of it, because I had Harlow in the back with me, well, not in the back with me, in the third row, with all the Aga Panthers. Yep, still managed to give it a bit of a vacuum down and put some juice in it, and then away we went.
Yep.
Didn't even look like anything had been in it.
Jesse picked us up, and then we went over to our friend Charlotte's 30th. Halloween night. Jesse went as Buzz Lightyear. Megan and I went as Hogwarts characters or Hogwarts students. Nice and simple. It was a good night. And then home to bed after a long ass day to wake up, go down to four-wheel drive show at the Royal Adelaide showgrounds. And then we went
Wayville.
Yeah, and then that was good. That was good to walk around and have a look at some of the big rigs.
Oh yeah.
And then we went to our biggest but littlest fan 12th birthday.
Senor Jack Nadal.
Senor Jack, aka Little Cock.
AKA Fat Ego.
Big ego, big heart, little man.
Yeah, so basically like me.
Yeah. So Nigel's son, Nigel from Jim's Car Detailing, 131556. His son turned 12, wanted to go mini golfing, so we got the invite to come up. And
Yep.
the thing you normally like to do is, let the little one win. Nah, that wasn't on our cards, was it?
Nah. You got to assert your dominance.
Absolutely. You got to show who's the big hooer.
Yeah, you got to let them have a little bit of a win, and then right in there.
But before that, before we walked into Jack's birthday, we got some terrible news.
Yeah, I was a little bit hungry, and I wanted some food beforehand.
Yep.
So we were on the way to Hungry Jack's, and I just popped out my phone just to see if I had any work-related messages. And as you do, very common practice these days, you just open up Facebook, and the first thing I see was Friends star Matthew Perry dead, 54.
Shocking.
And had to run back straight to Megan and yourself because I'd hustled along quite quickly for my junior whopper to just not even say a word, just hand my phone to you guys.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I've not watched Friends the whole way through. I know you have, and I know Megan has, but I'm currently up to season 6. Like, I've only just started season 6. So, like, I'm in the mix of it. I'm in the mix of this Chandler Bing thing, like I'm getting all of the comedy humor. Sorry, I've had some fucking 2-piece ales tonight. I've got the regurg again.
You got the jitters.
But yeah, so I'm currently watching it. So it's pretty sad for me watching at the moment because I'm getting all what everyone else has seen before. And it's hitting right in the feels. I'll get you right there. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll dive. I've got a bit of notes here to touch back on later in the episode. Just to give people a better understanding. It's been heavily in the news, but I wanted to say it with you as well. Basically, since he passed away, we knew we were going to talk about it this week from the mental health perspective. But yeah, there's some key documents that he's released and posts that he put out just before his passing. So just to give people a bit of an understanding of what was going through and how we have navigated through the last sort of 4 to 5 days, and how we can use not his passing, but who he was as a person to motivate people out of a bad situation and a bad time in their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll get back into that a bit later, but yeah, that was pretty hard to watch and listen and hear about on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And just out of a weird turn of events as well. You said to me Monday night actually, that you were speaking about what Matthew Perry was doing similar at a similar time as to when he would have passed away, the last event that he was doing.
Yeah. So
with his friends. Yeah.
Saturday, our group on the wine tour, we sat down at the Sevillersfield Road Distillery, and Scott and I, we were talking about pickleball and how shit of a sport it is. We touched on it a little bit earlier in the day about how pickleball's taken over tennis. And they asked me if we ever played wiffle ball when we were younger. And I said no, because that sounds silly. But it's basically just baseball with a ball that's got holes in it. And that's the same as pickleball. Pickleball is a ball with holes in it, and they play with these little paddles. And that's what Matthew McConaughey was doing before he passed away. So about the time, about 4:38 ish, 4:40 ish, we were talking about pickleball, right, in Australian time, and then he passed at 4:38 American time on the same day. So, like, obviously the next day for us, but crazy, isn't it?
I just took out the fact that you said Matthew McConaughey.
Did I?
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
Oh, fuck, that's all
Matthew
right.
Perry.
All right.
Matthew Perry. All right. No, I've got to have some lighthearted humor in there.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh,
You're the one that's fucking off.
yeah.
You stupid fuck. I'm looking at the computer screen over here. Do you know what it reminds me of? When Harry Mack, that rapper on TikTok, jumps on buddy Omegle or whatever it's called.
Omegle.
Omegle, yeah.
Omegle. Yeah, that was the one back in the day that was a bit R-rated. And yeah, you could sign up.
Flash a bit of titty.
Yeah, you'd go to your friend's house, and then you'd hide in the room and shut it. Omegle. And then you'd get some crazy ass people just flashing everything at you. And not good. Not good. HMac TikTok. Look him up though. Big HMac.
So who's your shifty manger of the week? Because
see, you see, I think I've got my weeks mixed up. Or maybe it just didn't happen on Friday. Do you remember the day that I walked into the cock show and I had my Fanta in my bag, and then
that was Tuesday night last week.
Oh, okay. So it was an early one.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, okay. So everyone, I had a late dinner that evening, and I went to Mickey D's, and I was in Harold, so I don't have any cup holders. So to have the efficiency of walking into a house with one hand with keys, one hand with my food, I put my drink in my bag, right? And it lasted the whole car ride, which was only about 7 or 8 minutes away from their house, through their front door, got about 1.5 meters away from their kitchen table, and I had a blowout. And my chips, nuggets, burger, my Fanta, the whole lot just pissed on the floor. And then and the best bit's yet to come. And then Kylie's, no, it's all right. Just go to the fridge, get another drink. Nigel was down at his workshop setting up his new desk, and he comes home. And then the best part about it was, Kylie, did you use hot water or cold water to clean that up? Now, I'm no mopping expert, but I've never used cold water to clean up a spill before. But Nigel's all about the enzyme cleaners. So if you go over there and you don't talk about enzyme cleaners, he's not going to be fucking happy with you.
Yeah,
And he
right.
goes, Kylie, if you're using enzyme cleaners, it's cold water, and you just got to let it sit there and marinate, and then it'll dry. And you watch it; it'll look lovely in the morning. Well, Kylie didn't do that. She used hot water, and it was still sticky as shit 3 hours later. Ah, dear. Anyway,
I
so
when that happened, I was helping Jack do year 6 English, and Emma was doing some sort of homework, but Jack and I were learning about adonyms and synonyms. Jesse comes barreling through the fucking door, and then all these shit went everywhere. Fucking nuggets went everywhere. Nuggets were now marinating in Coke.
oh yeah.
And then he threw Harold's keys onto the bench. I thought they were going to fly through and you were going to have to owe him a new bench. And, and I looked at Emma and I said, do not laugh. And I was like, even though I know you want to laugh right now and I want to laugh right now, I said, do not laugh because that bloke, he's about to blow.
I wasn't happy. It wasn't a good day for me overall, and then me fucking dinner just got ruined.
Yeah, sorry. Cheers.
Not that it was not that it was a ribeye steak or anything, but I just wanted
Just some
food.
Mackie D's.
Yeah, it was like 9:30 at night. I just wanted to eat something and go to bed. So that's my menu of the week. What's been floating up your alley?
Nothing really. Oh, actually, Hennessy Bar at Mayfair Hotel. We went up there with the Americans, the Americans, and
Yeah.
yeah, and we just sat down and we were chatting, and I was chatting to Ed and Scott. And Megan was talking to Sarah and Lauren about girly stuff and whatever. And anyway, these two fucking flog asses come up and they steam on in. They were like, and we're overlooking the Rundle Mall sort of thing. And there's this one guy, and one guy was from Brisbane, the other guy was from Adelaide. And he's like, fucking, if you have a look here to his mate, if you look down there, look, they've got the biggest stainless steel bowls in the world, right? The Moles bowls, they're hanging down there. And then he's like, and he turns to us and he goes, this guy's from Brisbane. And I was like, whatever. And I was like, yeah, well, these guys are from America. And he's like, oh, yeah, couple of Yanks, are you? And like the guys I was with are like, oh, fucking here we go. And anyway, so this guy, he pulls up a fucking chair and he starts chatting to him. And he's like, oh, mate. He's like, whereabouts are you guys from? And he goes, one of them's like, oh, I'm from Charlotte. And he goes, yeah, let me think. That's in Florida, isn't it? And he's like, no. And he goes, let me have another guess. And he's like, oh, that's Georgia, isn't it? And he's like, nah. And he goes, oh, I give up. And then he's like, nah, it's North Carolina. Anyway, and then the other guy, and then he goes, oh, and where are you from, mate? And he goes, oh, I'm just from California. And then he goes, how's the interstate travel over there? Like, what the fuck? What kind of question is that? How's the
That's something I wouldn't even ask that, I don't reckon.
Yeah. And like you normally ask some pretty
Yeah.
fuck up. Well, how's the interstate travel? And he's like, do you ever just get up one morning and go, fuck it, I want to go to Minnesota?
we don't live in Europe.
And the two guys I was with, they were like, no, because it's a shithole. And they're like, yeah, it's like any other country. You just get up and you go to a different state. It's not hard. It's not like you're fucking taking a tuk-tuk for the fucking rainforest. It's not, you get up, you go to the airport. It's like a plane. It's like Australia, Anyway, so as soon as I heard him say, do you ever just go to fucking Minnesota? I got up and I walked away. And and then, the two guys, American guys, they were like, thanks for just leaving us here, mate. No worry. I just fucked up. I was like, this is a standard fucking drunk Aussie guy just asking shit ass questions. Right. And I was like, do you have people like this? And he's like, I was like, this guy thinks he's a fucking redneck. And I said, but we call them bogans. And everyone just couldn't believe what a bogan was. It's so good. Anyway, it's probably a long winded story. But anyway, two drunk guys, Minger of the week.
Bogans.
It wasn't even like a pumping bar. Like, it was just like we were just sitting in the corner having a nice drink. And these two fuckwits come up and just fucking start yabbering on about absolute bullshit, right?
I wonder what they would have done if you weren't with the Americans,
Oh, they probably wouldn't have
Or-
talked to us.
or if you're all Australian. They
Yeah.
probably they should have put on an Australian accent.
Well,
that would have been
Megan had to pull me up a little bit on Saturday, and she goes, "You got to stop imitating."
You were? Oh, beautiful.
I wasn't imitating, but just some of the stuff that they were sort of saying, like koala, like koala, like that sort of thing.
Koala.
Koala,
Koala bear.
koala bear.
There's no grizzly bears.
There's a koala bear. And she's like, stop imitating them. And I was like, I don't think I'm doing it on purpose.
No, I'm trying to fit in.
And they would say Barossa, the Barossa Valley.
The Barossa.
The Barossa. But anyway, so they left. Adelaide went to KI for a couple of days and finally got to see kangaroos and wallabies and koalas and even saw echidnas, which is good for them. So so they're pretty happy and they've gone off to Sydney today. So thanks to those guys that's coming. I think they might actually listen. We gave them some 2-piece ales on Friday and they thought they were pretty cool. And I know that they're going to take one can back and put it on their shelves. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very nice. Very
But
nice.
that's my Minger.
I've never been overseas, so hopefully in 2025 when my cousins get married. I thought it was 2024 they were getting married, but they've put it out 2025, so get to go over to Bali.
Yeah, nice.
Late. No, I think it's April 2025, I believe I get to go over there. So
yeah, nice.
date subject to change, but just on that though, that's the little bit of the news for this week is around flights. So just announced this evening on Channel 9 News is the Adelaide Airport is getting a terminal expansion project upgrade to the tune of $1 billion.
Where the fuck are they going to put it?
$1 billion. So they're going to a new common user premium international lounge, new VIP facilities for international arrivals and departures, relocation of the Virgin Australia Lounge, and expansion of office space for terminal tenants, including airlines and regulatory agencies. So
I don't understand why they're changing the Virgin Lounge when they've only just fucking moved it. They've only just spent $500 billion making the new Virgin Inn, and they fucking moved it.
Yeah.
Where are you going to fucking put it now? It's fine the way it is. Fix the other end. Fix Qantas's end. That looks like shit.
Yeah.
Fix that end.
We still
Who fucking announced that? That wasn't bloody Peter, was it?
no.
Okay, because I was saying I'll have a word with him when I see him on Saturday. If I see him on Saturday, I'll say, what are you fucking doing, mate? Let's fix the other end.
Yeah, let's
What have we done down that end? We've chucked the JB Hi-Fi. Oh yeah, What can you buy from there? Fucking $99 bloody 1.5 meter charge cable for your iPhone. Yeah,
Oh,
fucking righto.
that's what I don't understand with the airports. I like the upgrades that we have done. I don't get to go there as often as you probably have in recent years, obviously living interstate, even though you drive back. But obviously you go on you've been overseas a bit more and you get to see, even though Adelaide Airport's quite tiny, you get to see the upgrades more frequently now that you work there as well. Is I don't want to go to the airport and sign up for life insurance or roller blinds or solar panels. I never really understood why you want to go to the airport and they set up the little booths that you would have, say at Marion or Colonnades, West Lakes, and you go down there and we'll give you 50% off your solar panels if you sign up now, and then you go into Mimco and buy a fucking purse. Why am I doing that when I want to go onto a flight?
Yeah,
I'm leaving the state.
Um,
So
and can we drop the airport tax for God's sake?
yeah,
It's like
why is it like
26%. So whatever you buy, and this fluctuates between airport to airport in Australia, but in Adelaide Airport, 26%. Anything you purchase has an increase of 26%. That's why if you hire a vehicle from the airport, sometimes it's always cheaper to just have a look. Here's a tip for you. Just to have a look at the downtown location and see if it's how much cheaper it is, and calculate a taxi fare from there because you might save money. There you go.
yeah, I think because what is it, McDonald's that's only just opened up there recently?
McDonald's, yep.
Yeah, see, Hungry Jack's was obviously been there for a while, but it's like $20 for a fucking Whopper meal or something, which is
Well, you can't get a Whopper meal from McDonald's, but that's all right.
no, from Hungry, from Hungry's, isn't? Yeah, hang on. I do eat fast food. No, from Hungry Jack's, it's like $25, something ridiculous. I think.
Yeah.
Like it's
Speaking of fast food, guess what I had last night?
Red Rooster.
No, I had KFC, but I had something completely different from that.
Oh, yes.
I had onion rings.
Which one did you go to?
The Hub.
Oh,
They have onion rings on their menu at the moment, and they are fantastic. They taste like pub onion
are
rings.
they? So they're not like, are they battered or are they
They're battered. They're like pub food ones. They're not like Hungry Jack's ones. They're like proper deep fried. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Why they're doing that? Trying to cut Hungry Jack's lunch.
yeah. So it's getting on to 9:30. So what's your mental health wrap up for the week?
All right. So yeah, Matthew Perry.
Yep.
Matthew Perry. I wanted to say something before I start talking about Matthew in our perspective of what we've watched and listened and reflected on the last 3 or 4 days. And I'm probably going to go into this a bit deeper when I'm back with you in the room next week as well. So, because I had a pretty raw conversation with you on Monday night, and I'll probably leave that for next week's episode. So, I just wanted to touch on something. I was just doodling it down before I had dinner, waiting to set it up, and I just wrote down a question. And I said, do we spiral out of control because we have no purpose in life? So do we lose sight of our purpose because we think that we don't help? But I was thinking about that and I thought, hang on, we help people every day unknowingly. So you get up in the morning and you go to work and you're helping. Whether you're gainfully employed or not, one way or the other, even if you don't want to help anyone, you are going to help someone each day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to say that because there are times even for me, like when I feel like I'm not, achieving what I thought I would be at a time frame in life, and that's why we spoke about recently. Your age doesn't define your stage. You don't feel like you need to put a timeline on certain things. As you know, things can just change in life very quickly, as we both know, and just take it for what it comes in life. I did get back my results this morning as well, so it's taken about 3.5 weeks for the whole ordeal to happen. But yeah, apparently everything's normal down there, but still, I don't feel like it completely is how it should be. So I'm going to monitor it with the doctor. He's going to keep in touch with me every couple of weeks just to make sure that I'm okay. But please, guys, if you ever feel like you are not right, or you just feel something, notice something, find something, please just go get it checked out. So, Matthew Perry. So, a lot of you probably would have heard this on the news or watched it on TikTok or Facebook. His book is probably going to jump through the roof now with sales online and at bookstores. Came out in 2022, but it's probably going to shoot off the shelves now. This is Matthew's prologue. Hi, my name is Matthew, although you may know me by another name. My friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead. If you like, you can consider what you're about to read to be a message from the beyond, my beyond. It's day 7 of the pain, and by pain, I don't mean a stubbed toe or the whole 10 yards. I capitalized pain because this was the worst pain I've ever experienced. It was the platonic ideal of pain, the exemplar. I've heard people claim that the worst pain is childbirth. Well, this was the worst pain imaginable, but without the joy of a newborn in my arms at the end of it. And it may have been day 7 of pain, but it was also day 10 of no movement, if you catch my drift. I hadn't taken a shit in 10 days. There's the drift. Something was wrong. Very wrong. This was not a dull, throbbing pain like a headache. It wasn't even a piercing, stabbing pain like the pancreatitis I'd had when I was 30. This was a different kind of pain, like my body was going to burst, like my insides were trying to force their way out. This was the no fucking around kind of pain. So that was the first page of his book. And he'd also written this as well just before. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life. I'm still working through it personally, but the best thing about me is that if an alcoholic or drug addict comes up to me and says, "Will you help me?" I will always say, "Yes, I know how to do that. I will do that for you, even if I can't always do it for myself." So I do that whenever I can, in groups or one-on-one. And I created the Perry House in Malibu, a sober living facility for men. I also wrote my play, The End of Longing, which is a personal message to the world, an exaggerated form of me as a drunk. I had something important to say to people like me and to people who love people like me. When I die, I know people will talk about friends, friends, friends. And I'm glad of that. Happy I've done some solid work as an actor, as well as given people multiple chances to make fun of my struggles on the World Wide Web. But when I die, as far as my so-called accomplishments go, it would be nice if friends were listed far behind the things I did to try to help other people. I know it won't happen, but it would be nice.
Yeah. He was obviously known famously for Friends and his
Being
role.
Chandler
in
Bing.
it. But yeah, he did a lot more than that. And he was, massive advocate. And with his Perry House was inspirational. So kudos to Matthew Perry. He was a great actor, great advocate for mental health, even though he was suffering it really bad himself. So if I had a beer with me right now, I would cheers to that, but I don't. But yeah.
I one thing I didn't know, and you find out a lot about people when they pass away, is he openly admitted that he'd never watched any of the Friends episodes because he knew what drugs or influence he was under for each season.
Yeah.
So it came out that he was only sober and basically not under the influence of any drugs for 1 out of the 10 seasons that Friends produced. And he'd only just started in the last couple of years to then rewatch without having any judgment or guilt because he could pinpoint what he was on in an interview that he had quite openly saying that that one was where he was on cocaine, that's when he was on marijuana, that's where he was highly intoxicated. So he made a very strong point of not doing any of those illicit substances on the set or near or around the cast. However, he would go home and annihilate himself and then come the next day to the set blindly hungover.
Yeah.
So to produce that and to go in and out of rehab, believe, quote me on that one, but I think it's 68 times he admitted himself into rehab. Yeah, I know 68 sounds like a lot, but he keeps showing up and keeps trying to get help.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and take what you will out of his last couple of weeks Instagram post. It's a long shot to try and find help for someone they're no longer here. But I think he was trying to reach out for help in the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Through using the term I'm Matman and posting obviously the Batman symbol. Generally, that's when Gotham City needs help, and they chuck up the Batman symbol. So yeah, and just out of sheer coincidence, the last Instagram post he did was in this jacuzzi where he passed away from suspected drowning. Yeah, how good does it feel to be covered around, enclosed by water? So, yeah, we did lose another actor on Halloween as well. He's just passed away in the last 24 hours. He's probably just gone under the radar. Another American actor, Tyler Christopher. He was best known for his work on Days of Our Lives. So, yeah, not as well known, obviously, over here in Australia as Matthew Perry. Don't know if many people watch Days of Our Lives. Probably more suited to the older generation and the soap opera sort of genre. But yeah, he passed away as well from cardiac arrest overnight.
Yeah.
So he's only 50.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your insight there.
Yeah, a bit of a somber episode this week.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But needed.
You lose someone of your childhood. You just you still think they're going to be invincible or still be around for a good 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
So we will finish on Song of the Week this week, which is I'll Be There For You, which is by The Remembrance, aka the Friends theme song. So remember to ask your mate for a feed, ask your mate for a beer. If you want to get the word out there a bit more, grab a t-shirt. They're not around for long. I think we are going to run a pink one that will be coming out in the next day or so. So keep an eye out for that. Pink and white. But they will only be on sale for a week max. So get around them, get around the message that we're putting out there, and yeah, crack on.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hopefully this turns up all right.
I think so. I think it'll be fine.
in the booth.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys. Have a
Cheers.
good week.